Welcome back, my sweet kings and queens, to part two of Clairvoyance, the gift of seeing or sight. Okay, so continuing this story, for those joining on part two, please go to part one. So we're continuing with this phone call now. Mom was speaking to me overseas on overseas call. And then this same nephew came into the home because they were all, gathering around him to help him during this time because this is his baby that was kidnapped, and how traumatizing that can be. And so mom said, come to me. Mom said to me, come talk to your cousin. And she puts him on the phone. Don't you hate when your Negro parents just start handing you the phone to talk to people? Like, let's have some boundaries. You don't even know if I want to talk to someone. Granted, it was a serious situation, but they do this to everyone. You talk to the neighbor. I don't even know these people. Or maybe I don't want to talk to a family member. But she just wanted me to say hi. And I'm not talking about this particular case. I'm just digressing and saying, don't you dislike? Do you like that, Avaya?
No, no, it's uncomfortable.
And especially when they would give your phone number to people.
Oh,
They stopped doing that crap with me because I'm like, don't give my number out. I'm fussing. But okay, we digress. We're back, y'all. A little humor I like to put into these series, these episodes. We need to laugh. Sometimes we can't always be serious. That's why I like Brother Joshua the Levite. Oh gosh. He's so comical. And David, King David, very funny people. Tessa is very colorful too, so it's good to be colorful and don't be so serious and always your panties or your drawers, your undies tied in a knot. We need to laugh. Laughter is medicine, okay? So back to this story, y'all. She proceeds, didn't even give me a chance to say if I want to talk or not, put him on the phone, which he needed my support anyway, so that's fine. I began to talk to him, encourage him, let him know I'm praying. You're going to, yeah, it's going to help you. Sending out positive energy. You're going to find your son. While I'm talking to him, y'all, Clairvoyance steps in, and I began to see exactly what happened to the baby and where the baby was. Now, I'm not gonna tell you how this works for me because it works for people different ways. Never tell people so much about your spiritual space and how things happens because that's how your energy and your sacred space gets interrupted. Okay? Please take that advice from me. You're not being afraid, you're being guarded, and you're setting boundaries. You're taking what we call in Reiki and in the spiritual community, spiritual and energy hygiene. Okay? So he was leaving the house. I didn't say nothing to him what I saw. And we said our goodbyes. And he said goodbye to his aunt, which is my mom. And she had a special place in her heart for him and his siblings because that was mom's eldest brother that she was very fond of, who died in a terrible car crash years and years before I was even born. And so, because she loved her brother and always felt so secure with him, she automatically loved his children as her own, of which he had quite a quaverful of them. And no matter how big of an age they got, they all loved their aunt and came to her for advice and everything, concerning family issues. So after he left the house and mom came back on the phone, I said to my mom not to drop the bomb on her so quickly, or not to drop, you know, I don't even know what to say on YouTube anymore because is that who knows? But, anyways, I said, Mom, or as we say in Gula and Geechee, Mummy, are you sure your nephew doesn't know where that baby is? She said, Boy, I'm wondering myself. I said, Mummy, I saw the bushes. The baby's body is in the forest. Mom paused. She was like, Yeah, because my mom, my parents, they know their child, that there was something from childhood that I could see. I was seeing in the spiritual realm from toddler time. I was seeing things that didn't exist in the house in the natural realm as a child. How am I seeing puppies in the house and we didn't own a damn dog? And I can tell you some stories. So she knew what she was dealing with. So, case closed. We got off the phone. Days later, I get a phone call. Ring, ring, ring. Overseas call from mom. You're not going to believe what happened. You remember you saw that forest and you said the baby was there? Well, guess what? That's where the baby was found, just as you saw it and you said it. So, what happened with this story? This cousin was very irresponsible and he paid the penalty. His baby, He was smoking Mary Jane, the devil's lettuce. It's not really the devil's lettuce because in holistic practice, it is actually very good for treatment with a lot of ailments. So I'm not going to call it the devil lettuce. It's not. But let's say he was smoking on trees and he gave his 2-year-old son to smoke. You see, us Negroes, we are really sick in the damn head. A lot of us. When Yah said he will strike us with madness as part of the curses, it's so much foolishness our people do. And not all of us are harmed. Remember, Yah said Yasharal did more wickedness than the other nations. We are known to do wickedness. And so, yeah, after he gave this baby a puff, the baby started choking and could not come to. He put the baby in bath to try to resuscitate him, but the child died. He panicked and he put the baby in the back of the seat of the car. He took him to the forest. He didn't bury him. He left his body up open in the forest, and every day he would go and look at the baby's body. He couldn't believe what was happening. And just as I had seen it, is what I told mom and what happened. Now, this shook my family up because they knew I always had something, but they were shocked at this level, like what I was tapping into. It made them really pay attention to what Yah had placed on me in terms of a gift or gifts. So, some stories of my gift of sight on clairvoyance. As I said, from I was a toddler, I would see in the spirit realm, I would see beings in human form, like I'm looking at my sister Vaya right now. My second day in the Middle East, when I moved here, but 10 years ago, I saw a Nephilim as clear as I'm looking at my sister right now. Now, let's get back to when I was younger. I was very sick as a child, always having to attend the doctor for a medical issue I had. And eventually, I had to have a surgery, or as they used to say back then, operation. I was 8 years old. And this operation had me out of school. It seemed like it might have been a month. It felt like a very long time because I had to recuperate and get my strength back. And also, because of the area they worked on, I would have a lot of dizziness in my head while I was healing. And so when I went back to school, after about some weeks or a month, they said to me, "Hey, a new girl is in our class since you've been gone." And before they can say anything to me, I said, "Oh, and her name is Keisha." And they're wondering, how do you know that? You haven't been here. I'm 8 years old, and they're wondering, how do you know this girl's name? You've been sick. You had a surgery. No student came to see you. Stay tuned for the continuation of Part 3, beloveds. Thank you for tuning in.